As we all know, Bethesda released the Fallout 76 teaser trailer on May 30th, 2018, and everyone was taken aback and surprised at such an unexpected announcement.
But there may be many more hidden meanings in it than we all realize on the surface. So here are some of our theories and a breakdown of the trailer.
The trailer begins with a shot of a Pip-Boy turning on to play an alarm. This Pip-Boy is different than the ones we've seen in previous Fallout titles, and it's a Pip-Boy 2000 Mark VI. The first thing we hear is the classic guitar riff of the ink spots, used in many Fallout trailers and games. We figured that they put this in before the transition into the next song to keep the tradition going, since it's become such a trademark of the series. The song transitions into Take Me Home Country Roads by John Denver. This great song has many mentions of the US state West Virginia, which has to be an obvious nod that the new game takes place in West Virginia.
We have heard about Vault 76 in a few previous titles, but have little background information about it. The story that we do know is that it was filled with a group of 500 people that would exit the vault precisely 20 years after the bombs fell, and these people were in charge of rebuilding a rubbled wasteland. Immediately, what we do notice from the Pip-Boy is it is already scuffed up and worn out, and the rad meter reads half. From the dim glow of the screen, we are introduced to the Vault Tech radio, as it seems that this is the channel the alarm is playing from. But something far more interesting lies beneath that, with the date listed on the Pip-Boy. The date that we see in the trailer is October 27th, 2102, which is actually 5 years and 4 days after the vault doors were meant to be opened for the reclaiming of the land. This leaves us two options. Either the vault's grand opening was delayed for whatever reason, or the vault has been open for the past 5 years. So instead of believing that the scuffs are just due to normal wear and tear over 25 years, we believe the Pip-Boy is roughed up and radiated because the Vault Dweller has taken it into the wasteland and come back to rest in the vault.
Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River.
As the camera pans out and we get a better look at this room, the first thing that draws attention is the fact that there's a packed bag and a hat ready to go on top of the bed. This may reinforce the fact that the Vault Dweller is coming and going between the harsh wasteland and the safety of the vault. As the camera continues to pan out, you may notice that there are some arrows and a baseball along with its glove beneath the bed. This also leads to us seeing a bag of golf clubs propped against the wall. These items begin to form a theme that we see throughout the vault, of sports, games, or really any form of entertainment.
Continuing along with what he briefly touched on, we see a harmonica, a guitar, and 5 board games that support the theory of a theme even further. We also see a bottle of booze, which we believe reads Dock House Lager. We believe this because through further research of the meaning of dock, we found that its definition in English means traveler's rest house. This has to be a nod to a lone wanderer or the possibility of a new drink being added to the game. As we again pan up, we get a glimpse of a poster that tells us a little more about the vault. Vault 76 was a tricentennial vault, meaning that it needed to carry on some sort of strong heritage that founded the country. This leads us to another idea that the people that were selected to be put in the vault may have been some high importance and got to keep many pre-war luxuries to keep them happy in the vault.
For when the fighting has stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild.
The next view is pretty significant, not only to add on to our theory, but also to show how important this vault truly is to Vault Tech. We see the grand opening of Vault 76, in which the speaker explains to the dwellers what they must do 20 years after annihilation. Vault 76 was a very special and patriotic vault that may have contained some important people, which is why the company left it with such a big task. Another thing we see is the items surrounding the screen, an assortment of different trophies, models, and magazines. The thing about these objects, however, is that they also appear to be worn. The magazine has torn papers, and Cappy and Bottle are rusted over. These memorabilia must have been scavenged from the wasteland during the 5-year period, as the vault would not cause such harmful exposure. Another idea to note is that we have not seen these magazines before, which are titled Scout's Life and Backwoodsman. Finally, hidden in the shadows of the shelf is a UFO figurine. We've seen this model before, and the UFO crash sites in both Fallout 3 and Fallout 4.
The trailer goes by this shelf fairly quickly as to not draw attention or show importance, but in fact, it does hold some pretty interesting details upon further inspection. At the very bottom left, we see a trophy that reads Best Looking Hair, which doesn't raise too many flags, as well as the one next to it, which is a golden toilet. To finish off the bottom shelf, on the far right-hand side, there is a trophy that reads Performance Award, Vault Hall Monitor, in recognition of loyal and dedicated service towards the order and safety of our community. From what the award reads, it could let us in that the vault dweller that we see in the trailer possibly grew up in the vault, being that a hall monitor is usually a school-age task.
The next shelf contains much more, however, with the leftmost award reading Outstanding Achievement Award, an appreciation for your commitment and dedication to our isolation program, sacrificing many so some can live. Is this talking about the fact that Vault-Tec was somehow involved in Project Cobalt and the dropping of the bombs? Sacrificing many leads us to believe that the bombs could have been on purpose so that the world could start fresh, with the isolation program being the people safe in the vaults. Next to this award lies another, reading Excellence and Bravery, in recognition of the canned mystery meat experiment. You volunteered to eat when no one else would. We are proud of you and glad you are not dead. This plaque could refer to the fact that the vault was running out of food and had to go scavenge in the wasteland for more.
At the top, a trophy for annual Vault Halloween costume contest first place is seen. It may be far-fetched, but the costume mentioned on this trophy could be the one we saw on the top of the bookshelf prior. On the terminal in the next room, we see a message on the screen that states, "You're invited," which could possibly still be an invitation for Reclamation Day.
Out in the living area, we see another copy of Scout's Life, along with some pre-war food scattered across the table. Onto the floor, we see an animal's food bowl, which unless brought in from the wasteland could very well mean that the dwellers had animals sealed in the vault as well, considering how clean the bowl appears.
The atrium is full of many never-before-seen decorations from the party that once was. This atrium is very different, however, from the rest of the vaults, because if we look to the bottom floor, we see a soccer field. And at the top, a look at how the dwellers' living spaces were arranged. The outside even included pink flamingos, a chair, and a mailbox on the small lawn, imitating what pre-war homes were like before they were lost. The cardboard cutouts of the Vault Boys lead the way out of the vault for the reclamation to begin.
In the final scene, we see that the vault suit is different than we've seen before, even including shiny gold numbering and striping, and a belt which seems to attach to a device on the Vault Dweller's chest. In the past Fallout games, the vault suits have been much more plain, with just yellow numbering that did not seem to pop out of the suit, as well as not having the extra attachments we see on the Dweller.
To wrap things up, here's a point to think about. Is it a possibility that Vault 76 was a failure, since we have not heard much of it? If it was a success, you would think that it would be a staple vault in the series somehow. The location of Fallout 3 is a neighbor to West Virginia, so how far was Reclamation supposed to reach? And why didn't it reach Fallout 3?
Once again, thank you for watching our video. Please tell us what you think down in the comments below, and we hope to hear some of your theories, or if we overlook some interesting details. Hope to see you guys in the next video.